inside. Harvick's on the outside. The green's in the air, and they're in the gas. For El Cajon, California, Jimmie Johnson, ready to capture the flag. Johnson has the checkers in hand. He's your winner of the FOHQT500.
Hey guys, Justin here. I'm sure that you probably saw that cool intro of that final restart with Jimmie Johnson taking the lead and led him back to the white flag as the 4 cars wrecked behind them, which is actually the first time ever that overtime was used, which is actually the importance of this car right here. So today we are taking a look at the Jimmie Johnson 2016 race winner Quick Trip Folds of Honor 500 diecast car. I did last year's review, so if you want to check that out, there's going to be a link down in the description below. For our 2016 diecast race wins car, you get this cool box. It's actually my first time ever getting a 2016 car. On its schedule, you can see Atlanta. Here it is. 2nd of February 28th, 2016. Cool. And only 648 of these cars are made. And it is a race winner car because in every race winner, if you have seen the last year's race winner, well actually a 2015 one, you get a sticker. Also a little stat card. Time of the race was 3 hours, 15 minutes, 38 seconds. Jimmie Johnson started in 19th. Total laps were 330 out of 508.2 miles because they did have that overtime rule that was in effect. If you passed that overtime line, the race is called official. And there were 4 cars that were wrecking. The leader made it to the overtime line, and that was the race. Number 3 cautions for 13 laps. There were 8 different leaders. Kevin Harvick led the most laps and choked away the final lead while he spun his tires. Choked away that final restart. Only 52 laps were led by Johnson. Margin of victory was under caution because they made it to the overtime line and 4 cars were wrecking in the back. Noticeably, Eric Almirola's car, I'm sure you possibly saw it, was on fire. About nearly scared the crap out of me. It's also a 76th win for Jimmie Johnson, tying with the late Dale Earnhardt Sr. On the back, Johnson wins NASCAR's first overtime post-race. Jimmie Johnson pit with 9 laps to go, and it worked out well. This was Johnson's 76th win in the NASCAR Sprint Cup Series and tied him with Dale Earnhardt for 7th on the all-time wins list. 4-car accident unfolded behind the leaders as they approached turn 3 past the overtime line. First lap of NASCAR overtime, ending the race under caution with Johnson out front. Yep, once they passed that overtime line, that's it. Many were skeptical about that overtime line, saying it took NASCAR away, the pure racing away. Well, if you happen to saw what happened at Talladega in 2015 with that only green-white checker rule, that was one of the dumbest things I've ever seen. So enough on that. Let's take a look at this car. This is the 2016 Lowe's Chevrolet SS. Put this car up on the box here so it's a little better. Nearly fell on me. Let's touch with the blue, silver, and the white. This is actually my favorite scheme. Like, I said myself, one day I will see this car in Victory Lane. And what happened? We just happened to see it. Sides, you get the fenders. I'm not going to go through all the sponsors, but you can probably make some out what they say. Also has some of the rubber pieces up front, which actually got kicked up and is actually caked on there pretty good. You know, for race win versions, diecast company makers try to get photo references of the cars after the burnout, maybe after it passed through tech inspection. I noticed it's a little darker on this one because that's where most of the rubber got kicked up at. You can go on back. This car is actually pretty neat, even for a 76th win. The back end of the car. Yes, it was a gutsy call by Chad Canals, but he actually did it. I was at that race. It was my second NASCAR race I've ever been to. So the roof flaps do open. Of course, one of them has set back down. Also, the hood does open. Well, I'm going to have to pop it open with just the flick of a wrist. Let's see if that works. There we go. Got the engine. So Lowe's underneath. Yeah, probably I should open the hood first before anything else. This car does look nice. Oh. I'll admit myself, I got it for Christmas. Tried a little Christmas prank on me, but it failed. They said that the gift was for the cat, but I'm not stupid. And also, a working rear suspension. Also, steering front wheels. So a cloth window net. Now, detail's always everything when it comes to race wins. if I could try to find a clean version of this car, I'll probably do like a compare and contrast between race win versions. Show how much everything changed. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about that race. So pretty good, decent race. You know, it was very, very long. Had a huge, really, really long green flag run. Like, I was hoping when there was going to be a caution that was going to come out. Probably one of the biggest controversial things I've seen during that race was Matt Kenseth's pit stop. Was the penalty, the improper fueling? That got many Kenseth fans infuriated. And I'm sure what possibly saw on TV, or what happened, was when Kenseth came in for his pit service, Gasman left the tool to tighten up the wedge on the deck lid, which is basically right here, and proceeded with fueling. You cannot do that. So they got him. When Kenseth was unable to answer the black flag, they got him. They posted him with a black flag with a white cross, which basically that you will not be scored or counted. I remember, I'm not sure if it was a Big Earl or spotter for Dale Earnhardt Jr. says, man, he is pissing them off. I think that was Big Earl, and then TJ Majors said, quote unquote, I wonder how many laps they're going to let this 20 car run. And then hearing the argument between Kenseth and Jason Ratcliffe saying, how am I supposed to know we're going to get a black flag? I can't see the black flag when we're down here on pit road arguing the case. And I heard, are you serious? I'm seriously about to blow a gasket. Note to self, don't get a penalty for it. And also the final laps as it unfolded. With 5 laps to go, Ryan Newman blew a tire and spun out. It was like right in front of us. If you actually look at my vlog, you can actually see Newman's car just spun out. It happened so fast. I didn't know where it came from until somebody from the video actually pointed out at Newman's car. And then when I featured the slowdown part, there it was right there. And the restart, it all came down to either Johnson or Harvick. Johnson had a good boost, but Harvick couldn't be able to get back up to position. He spun his tires and got shuffled all the way back to 6th. And also behind Johnson was a battle for second between Kyle Busch and Dale Earnhardt Jr. as they came back to the line to take the white and the caution flag when there was a 4-car wreck behind Jimmie Johnson, which basically a NASCAR overtime rule. If you pass the overtime line before you make it to turn 3, well, after you pass the overtime line, the race is official. And yes, this is the car that ties Dale Earnhardt Sr. for 76 wins, which is actually pretty cool. I actually got to see history in the making, which is actually pretty awesome. One of these days, I will find Dale Earnhardt Sr.'s 76th win car, and I will do a video review of it. And possibly put that car along with this one, and possibly try to find Jeff Gordon's 76th win diecast car. Trying to find that is going to be like, I'm trying to find a needle in the haystack. So, anyway, I hope y'all like this video. Leave a comment, subscribe for more NASCAR diecast reviews. And yes, this is probably my second edited video using a Windows Movie Maker. So, I don't know how many times I've done that. But anyway, if you like it, leave a like, comment down below. Subscribe to my channel for more NASCAR diecast reviews. My name is Dustin, and I will see you later.
Procedure was right now, and just a huge day to be able to tie Dale Earnhardt with race wins. It's just a huge honor. I never had a chance to race against him. That's a huge void in my racing career. But to be able to tie him today is something very special.
Talk a little bit more about that, because I mean, this is the landmark by which a lot of folks are judging success in this sport.
Yeah, it's not easy by any stretch of the imagination. I wouldn't be able to do it without a great team.